We're gonna. So good evening, Miss Bankhead. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Wonderful. Welcome to the third broadcast of Friends with the Library, Clayton County. So I'm
Thank
so excited to have you as a featured author.
thank you so much for having me.
Yes, this is exciting. So your book is based on real life, and I just absolutely love your story. I, I love your journey as a mother, as a business owner. It is just amazing to just see the work that you're doing, not only for your daughter, but for others.
Thank
It's
you.
yes. So thank you for that. So let's kind of break some ice.
Okay.
So tell us something about you that would surprise the world.
Um, I say I'm the only black person that likes to tan. So I like to sit out in the sun so I can get some color.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. A little more darkness. And sometimes I want to get rid of mine. So okay, okay. But that's pretty cool right there. So with that being said, as we lead into a brief conversation about your new book that was released last year, let's kind of talk about your book. Will you introduce the audience to your book and tell us a little something about it?
Okay. So the name of the book is Haley's Journey Through Different Eyes. And what it is this perspective coming from myself and my ex-husband, telling Haley's journey from beginning to end. So we try not to leave anything out. The book then ends up with Haley giving her perspective of being a child with childhood cancer. So making you understand what she's going through or how she felt, and then ended up with encouraging others throughout the journey.
Wow. Wow. Childhood cancer. So tell us a little bit about what that journey was like
So
for.
the journey was very scary. Haley was 5 years old when she was diagnosed. She was misdiagnosed twice. So they were treating her for things that she didn't even have. And to come to find out that she ended up with cancer, that had actually spread it from her kidneys to her lungs. So being like I always tell people, we didn't have family here in Atlanta, and our Atlanta family, Clayton County, actually truly showed up for us. So even though when you're going through something, it really takes a village to be your support system, to be your ears, even just to balance things. I tell people all the time, Haley, she called 911 one day and asked for some school supplies, and they literally brought it to her. So yeah,
Wow.
so without our community, people are, I don't think that I would have survived myself. And I wasn't the one that was sick, but people pouring in, not asking how I can help, but actually doing, um, made me be able to do and spread awareness to others. So that's how that whole process started.
Wow. And so she was being treated for illnesses that she had no relations to.
Correct.
Isn't that amazing how many people, children, adults that are going through this journey of life being treated for things that they don't have?
Yeah, you're supposed to trust the doctor with the doctor's opinion, but depending on what it is, you have to go a little bit further, and just it only takes a second to get a second opinion. It only takes a second to make another doctor's appointment, but you got to be safe, for yourself, because Haley was treated for backed up constipation, a urinary tract infection, and the third time she was misdiagnosed before we actually headed to the hospital, again with backed up constipation.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you're not on it, we could have missed it.
And so it took them how long, or how long did it take you to be persistent in saying, something's not right?
And
Or how did that work? How did that work, that piece?
Yeah, that didn't work for us because again, you're putting your trust in doctors, but they're practicing. So when they were treating her with the Miralaxes, trying to get her to use the restroom, pre-K knew what was going on. Then it was a urinary tract infection. Then we went to urgent care, and it was the same thing. Oh, Miss Bankhead filled her stomach. She just has to use the bathroom. So when you don't know to ask those questions, you're unaware. So it was like, okay, Haley, are you sick? Do you want to go to the mall, or do you want to eat ice cream? And depending on what her answer would be, you want to believe your child, but then, they just trying to get out of school or whatever the case may be. So on this particular day, the teacher was like, I know what normally goes on. I know what she normally does, but today is something different. And if that doctor at the last minute we were discharged, something told her to run a scan. And when she ran it, that's how she found it. And we're in the room waiting for discharge papers. So that would have been number 3 of misdiagnosis. You're on mute.
I want to read Haley's journey through different eyes, where you say it is a powerful and heartfelt story of Haley's battle with childhood cancer, told through the perspectives of those who loved her most. This book offers a deeply personal look at how her diagnosis and treatment impacted your entire family, seen through the eyes of both mom and dad, as you mentioned earlier, those who loved her most. So, what do you hope you writing this story? I know you share it, I know you do work with your foundation, etc. But what do you hope will be the ultimate goal of publishing this book?
So my hope is that no one ends up like us. We went through divorce. We went through our oldest child being left out, if that makes sense, because all the attention was on the youngest child. So we end up we're still to this day trying to fix something that was broken. So I don't want, in the books, it'll tell you, don't forget about your other kids, don't forget about your spouse. Um, because there's so many emotions. Everyone is basically like you're grieving to a sense, so everyone reacts differently. um my reaction was to create a foundation. Her dad's reaction was to stay silent. Little Mark, um his was he acted out in school, so he ended up going to like a day adult school or whatever, so he can finish it because he, as the big brother, wanted to protect his sister. So he got lost in the shuffle because the attention was focused somewhere totally different. The focus from people who supported us was not on us, it was on Haley. So you never want to lose that communication throughout it. Finance is a huge part as well. So just, monitoring what you're doing, and building from it. It's hard. It's hard. And if you don't have the support system, it's going to fail.
I love that. A lot of people miss that. When you're going through, you said, when you're going through challenges, don't forget the people that's a part of the puzzle,
Yeah.
because you're so focused on that one piece of the puzzle, but there are other pieces of the puzzle that also still need the nurturing and the caring for. And
Yeah.
sometimes we forget that, as you said, because this is urgent.
Yeah, it even made a play to impact. Like me and my grandmother are super close, and I couldn't understand why she wasn't here. And she's in Indiana, but when we talked about it, she was scared to be here because she couldn't fix it, or she couldn't, she was scared just like we were scared. So it's not just the immediate household; it's everybody that plays a part. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm so grateful that you took pen to paper and said, "Let me share my story," because many times people will not document their journeys that can be so helpful to other people. So I commend you for being courageous enough to share the journey. So tell us about the foundation. You mentioned something about it. Can you briefly tell us a little bit about the foundation and where people can purchase copies of your book and reach you?
Yes, ma'am. So we're on all social media platforms under Haley Bankhead Foundation. The website is haleybankheadfoundation.org. Um, Our book is available online. Oh, can you see it? It's available online. It's on Amazon. So if you order it through our website, we'll send you an autographed copy. If you get it through the Amazon profile, you'll get what's sent out from them, but we'll be more than happy to sign it if needed. And what was the last question? I was giving you more about how the foundation started. I apologize.
Right.
So, day 2 being in the hospital, I knew that I didn't know the kids got cancer. So, like I said, seeing so much support that came in for us, that was my way to be able to help somebody else to understand and even to know about it. And so instead of me crying, I created the Haley Bankhead Foundation in the hospital room. So that's what kept me going. In that time of us being there for the first 18 days, we put together the first 5K that was held in Clayton County, the Haley Bankhead Foundation 5K that we did in Lovejoy. That was all birthed out of a hospital room.
I love it. And so the work is continuing. And
Yeah.
how is Haley?
So she is 12 years in remission this year. She is now 17. She's an early graduate, so she'll be graduating this year. She is the boss of the Haley Bankhead Foundation. So just because it's her day, she does a lot of work that some may see and some who may not. We try to post all pictures on social media so you can see what she's doing. She just did a day with Divine Nine, teaching them about, giving back and childhood cancer. So they actually did a project together. So she uses her little big mouth to make a huge impact in this world.
I love it. And the fact that she's graduating a year early, that means she was determined to put her head to the grind and go for it.
Yeah, she's really doing great. She's talking about she's accepted her college. I can't tell you, but she's trying to get something done at her school. We just came back from Capitol Hill where she actually spoke this year. So she was an advocate for childhood cancer.
Awesome. That is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing this conversation, this journey with us. We hope that you have continued success with not only the book, but with Haley's health, your marriage, restoration in whatever areas that need to be restored, and abundance in your life. So thank you for carving out some time to share with the Friends of the Library, Clayton County.
Thank you so much. And I believe they have copies of this book in the library as well at the headquarters.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. If there's any parting words you'd like to share.
Just be a voice for childhood cancer. Those kids are our future. If you know anyone going through childhood cancer, just know that we are based here out of Clayton County, but we are doing a huge impact globally. So please share our information to those and follow us on social media. Again, it's Haley Bankhead Foundation.
Thank you so much, Heather.
Thank you.